love the pan. Love the grab. That was cool.
Okay, so she's looking up something.
I like that she's nodding to herself.
Brother Harris, do you have a moment?
Belt
Sure, Faye. How can we help you?
Well, you probably heard by now. David and I got engaged this past weekend.
No, around her waist.
Congratulations. We're so happy for both of you.
Thanks so much. And since this is where I grew up, it would mean a lot to us if we could get married in this kingdom hall. So we were hoping, since you're the coordinator of the body of elders, you'd be able to let us know today if we can use the hall. Then David and I can start working on our wedding invitations. David asked me to give you this letter, making our official request.
Uh-oh, ominous music.
What's wrong here?
Oh, yeah. This is a
Weird
good letter. This gives me all the information I need.
Such a weird compliment.
Faye, I can't imagine you getting married anywhere else. You can count on the Kingdom Hall. And I'll let the elders know I've already given my approval, but let David know we're looking forward to your...
So do you, as someone who isn't in it, do you understand why that music was playing and what he did wrong?
Yeah. But only on the basis that, like... Well, I've seen this before and I remember what he did wrong, but also I remember... Like, I did... If knowing the structure of the way this whole thing works, I actually do agree that he really does need to be checking in with the other people. Like, he doesn't have unilateral ability to give consent for everybody to use all. And I understand I understand that because, like, in any organization, you're gonna have facilities or utilities or objects that are owned by the organization that you don't personally own. It's not your place to give that up all by yourself, you know?
You at least need to check, like, the schedule. He
Right.
didn't even make mention. At this point, if someone has planned something, someone else is getting married that day.
Yeah, like if somebody came to my home and said, hey, can I use your apartment to film? I would have to check with my wife, right? Like, that's a natural, normal thing to do. If you're not the sole owner or runner of a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You should check. In this case, he is the
Kobe, which is the coordinator of the body of elders.
Right. So as the Kobe,
it used to be called presiding overseer. I don't know why they changed.
I feel like that's an unclear role because it doesn't tell you where they fall in the rank. Because circuit overseer could be below or above
the presiding.
Presiding makes it sound like they're over everybody.
Okay.
You know, especially since governing body members doesn't sound as presiding as somebody who's presiding.
I don't know. That's what they... Like, if you're listening to this, please leave in the comments, where did your, like, lingo come from? Because I don't... As soon as, like, it was announced the coordinator of the body of elders was a thing, I feel like everyone just sort of immediately started going by Kobe. And, like, to the point where I think it even will be used in this at some point. So, and I was always like, oh, okay, I didn't think that was, like, everybody said that. I thought was...
Yeah, but they just kind of emerged.
I mean, they do, as far as things like that, they usually do have pretty good acronym game. I'm
fair enough.
Yeah.
A big day.
Thanks so much, Brother Harris. I knew you'd come through for me.
I mean, Brother Harris is just trying to look out for his people. And swoop. Look at her on her waist when she stands up. I don't know what this yellow thing is.
Yeah, it's like a
Brother Harris,
belt,
do you have a moment?
Sure, Faye. How can we help you?
Well, you probably heard by now. David and I got engaged this past
But she does have a color-coordinated outfit, which
Congratulations.
is nice.
We're so happy
Everybody
for both
here
of you.
does.
Thanks so much. And since this is where I grew up, it would mean a lot to us if we could get married
I'm sorry, this is unrelated, but I do want to finish this. But this is another thing, if you bring up some witness nostalgia, this is one thing that I feel makes this a little fake news. Not really, but there were so many times I went to the meeting and you know, they always talk about how, like, women's cycles sync up. But this is, and I feel like maybe this is kind of like if there'd be so many days when I would go to the meeting and, like, me and several other sisters were all wearing red, or, like, some days we were all wearing purple. We're like, we didn't coordinate this. Why did we all make this decision?
That is not women's cycle syncing up. That is not the same thing.
But no, it wasn't like that. But it felt like it. We were all noticing.
It feels like social
brothers.
telepathy.
Yeah, we all did it. So I don't know. I don't see a lot of that happening. I don't see there'd be several purple patches all over the place.
Yeah.
That I don't see here.
So we were hoping, since you're the coordinator of the body of elders, you'd be able to let us know today if we can use the hall. Then David and I can start working on our wedding invitations.
He purses his lips and nods just like my dad. He has even a lot of the mannerisms of my dad.
Actually, yeah, I see them too.
Yes, this is a good letter. This has all the information that we need.
He's using we now.
I'm going to check with the other elders, and we're going to discuss it. Then we'll get right back to you.
Oh, you mean you can't tell me right now? I thought since you're the coordinator, you'd have the authority.
Oh, she doesn't say code, so maybe it is slang still.
I understand. But there is a theocratic arrangement that we all have to follow, even the elders. And the arrangement is for the entire service committee to discuss this, consider the matter thoroughly, and before any approval is given. So I don't have the authority to make a decision on my own.
Of course, that makes sense. I understand.
But don't worry, Faye. We're going to get on this
as
soon as possible. Then you can move forward with
I
your
probably
wedding
would.
plans.
Thank you so much, Brother Harris.
I
really
probably would have said...
You're welcome.
No. You don't need to pause. I probably would have told her, here's what I'd like. Okay. I think it should be fine.
But see, I feel like that's making too much about we're about to start another vignette.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like it'd be... I don't know. Maybe this would be out of line, but I feel like it wouldn't be out of line for him to say something like, I think it's... I think it should be a swish for us, but I will let you know I still do have to check with them. Also, when is... She wants to get married on Saturday or whatever?
I don't think this Saturday. Did she say this Saturday?
No, because she's getting him to clear the schedule for it, right? Just clear that it's cool for her to get married. But she got engaged, last Saturday.
Yeah, so that's true. So obviously that sort of thing varies. Right. But like you said, that's family. But, the general collective stance on this is that if you have premarital sex, depending on your repentance, you will be reproved or disfellowshipped. Mm-hmm. And reproved is a very public scolding and getting knocked down several notches back to basic publisher if you're a brother. And I guess a sister, you just stay there.
Will they address you as publisher instead of sister or brother?
No, you're still sister or brother, but it's just you're not doing
You're a brother, but you're not a bro.
You're not going to be... Kind of. You're not going to be passing mics anymore while people give answers during meetings.
Which is to pass mics?
That's when you're looking to be that's the baby steps of being a brother. Room to be a ministerial servant or an elder. You gotta take your lumps, if you will. Kind of thing, and it's starting with mics. That is the basic privilege of a brother.
That doesn't sound like a privilege. That's a chore. That sounds like a responsibility cul-de-sac. I can't imagine being promoted from someone who hands mics around to anything. What does handing a mic around show about my ability to handle responsibility?
Well, you have to be paying attention. You have to have a firm stand.
Okay, so I can't be completely checked out, but that's true for me to continue breathing.